Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your tribal god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for video number 2! Video number 2, my friends. Once again, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. So, do it now, down below, in the description box. So, subscribe to this channel, my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my respective channels from the past, the present, and then later on in the future counting. But don't leave stupid comments. You'll get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Satan will pretty much laugh at you and then eat your soul. So don't do it. Go do it on your boring, garbage, dead channels that nobody really cares about. And if they do, they're stupid. And that's that. So don't do it here. You're gonna get blocked, hidden, and never be heard from again. And you get sent to the Shadow Realm. And that's pretty much it for that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Share the video all over the internet. That's what she said. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications, so you don't miss the next one, because if you miss anything, you're SOL. You should know what that means by now, and if you don't know what it means, you're stupid. And that's that. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, you grab yourself a nice, tasty, juicy, cold one. Let's open it up, shall we? Here's to you. So good. That's what she said. Anyway, sit back, relax, you open up, or grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. Put your smelly, stinky feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, get out, go fuck yourself, and go watch somebody else. And that's that. But you'll watch me, because you got nothing else to do on a Friday night. I mean, you do, but you're going to watch and think about me anyway. So, thank you for the free views, assholes. And that's that. Let me move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Friday night, time to fight. We got SmackDown coming up in about a half hour or so. Should be a great night. Carmelo Hayes has his U.S. title open challenge tonight. We got the women's tag team titles on the line. We got, their name is Rio, and they dance upon my lap. And when they're done, they go and take a nap. And that's Mommy Rhea Ripley, my brutality, and my third amazingly hot Asian wife, Io Sky, taking on the two beautiful black women. That's the BBLs, you know them, you love them, the irresistible forces, Nia, Jax, and Lash Legend, Kick Done. We'll see what happens tonight. Maybe a title change, maybe not. We'll see what happens with that. And hold on more tonight on your 3-hour cure for insomnia. That's WWE SmackDown. That's from, I don't know where. But Elimination Chamber tomorrow night from Chicago, Illinois. So tonight's the go-home show. See what happens. And that's pretty much it. So we got that. Check out my Roh review a video ago. So you don't even have to click the link. Just go back a video on this channel. And that's that. So it should be a good night of wrestling. And that's it. Oh, Mets won today. That's always a nice thing, too. Yeah, the Yankees won 17-3. Whoop-de-doo! Do that in the regular season. Then talk to me. Mets won today 14-3. Freddie Peralta is spring training start for the Mets. His Mets debut. Pitched pretty damn good. He's going to be the opening day starter. Can't wait for that. That's coming up in about a month from now. So, can't wait. Can't wait. We got the World Baseball Classic coming up soon. Nobody gives a fuck about. I don't care. Just get me to March 27th and I'm happy. I don't give a fuck about spring training. Don't mean shit. But it's nice to see 14-3 today against the the Astros. See what happens tomorrow. They're on TV tomorrow. I think. I gotta check my schedule on that. But it is what it is. So we got that. So baseball's back. March Madness is coming up in a couple weeks. So get your office pool ready. Because your brackets will be busted in the first game. It'll be insane. The first round will be insane. Bracket busters are galore. Shit. We got that. Football had the NFL Combine is ending. Pretty much ended, I think, today. Nobody cares. And basketball and hockey are pretty much nearing the final stretch. Rangers are pretty much done. Thank the Lord for that. They stink. They stunk to join up this year. Knicks are doing bad. Ha! But, I mean, it is what it is. How about those San Antonio Spurs? 11 in a row. Ha ha! Beat that, New York. Your trinket little NBA cup. Ain't no mean shit. You get a nice little thing going up to the rafters for the first time in like how many years? Nobody cares. The Knicks suck. That's all I gotta say about that. So that's ending soon. But the one good thing we have in life is professional wrestling. The sport of professional wrestling. And ladies and gentlemen, on your Friday night, February the 27th, 2026, as we close out this horrible short month of February, full of snow. Thank the Lord we're not getting it much more. Maybe a little bit on Sunday, like a coating to 2 inches on Sunday morning. Big deal, it'll melt. And then we're getting 60 degrees, hopefully next week. As we turn the clock forward next Sunday, and spring will be here soon, and then the Easter Bunny will be hopping along. We should get to shoot him in the head, but I digress. But despite all that, ladies and gentlemen, after 7 minutes of spiel, which you probably clipped, and I don't give a fuck, because that's all you can do, is just watch my intro, make fun of it, smoke your weed, drink whatever you got, and then do two more hours of boring shit. That's all I gotta say about that. Do something else with your life. Like, go out. Get a life. That's all I gotta say about that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some wrestling. It is time for your sort of out of date. Excuse me. It is time for your late and out of date Ring of Honor reviews. From last week and last night. So, February 19th and February 26th, 2026. So, 2626. 22626, bitch! Well, we move on with that. Sounds like somebody's, area code. I don't know. Oh, we got that. Alright, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time that I already wasted. Alright, so let's talk about last week's Ring of Honor show. Which I had to rewatch. I did watch last night live, but last week I couldn't, so. Anyway, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about Electric Willie. And that's that. Alright, so last week's show was from the Kudos Bank Arena with a Q, not a K. Kudos Bank Arena. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't even know. But anyway, don't care. We're in Sydney, Australia, mates. We're down under. Put on the ship on the baby. Oh, look at the case how you beat me. By God almighty. Cranky. Alright, so from the land down under, where women run and then shunder. Okay. No more 80s talk. Because the 80s are the greatest decade ever, and you can't debate me on it. Don't even try. You'll lose automatically. You lose automatically if you say, I want to debate you in 80s music. You lose. You lose. Loser! Well, no. Alright, so we're in Australia, since we had Grand Slam like 2 weeks ago. We're getting the Australia show, so I guess Global War's Australia for Ring of Honor. Well, some of the show, not all of it, some of it, but let me move on. Alright, let's get into it this next time. I'm just gonna run down most of the card for last week, and that's pretty much it. Alright, start with the opening sequence. Then we start off with my girl Zeta Steel, part of Skyflight, with her mentor Christopher Daniels. She takes on Johnny Robbie. Who? Who are you? What do you do here? Probably some indie chick from Australia. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Zeta Steel got the win after a rolling kick to face. Good kick, by the way, Zeta. Good kick. You know, she's starting her slow climb up the ranks. But, you know, hasn't had that many matches in Ring of Honor / AEW, but she's getting there. She'll get there. You know? You gotta roll with the punches to get to what's real, like David Lee Roth used to say. So you gotta start from the bottom, and then eventually you start picking up some wins, and then you get a couple of title shots. And if you don't win, you still learn from it, you keep going. Eventually you get that title. So I know Zeta will get that title eventually. Former women's champion around my neck of the woods, by the way. Long time, too. She's somebody to look at. She's the future. That's that. Alright, then we get a video. Speaking of Skyflight, we get a video on them. And TMDK from New Japan. We all know who they are. Che Cabrera. Bad Dude Tito. And Shane Haste. We don't remember who he is. I think you do. If you don't, you're fucked up. Anyway, so we got Darius and Dante Martin, along with Scorpio Sky. So they take them on. And this was I thought this would be good. Nope, not great. But anyway, Darius and Dante Martin hit stereo flippy to the floor, and then Scorpio Sky hits his finisher, the TKO, on Che Cabrera. Che Cabrera sounds like a dude, like a not even a mafia guy. He sounds like a really terrorist from Cuba. Like Che Guevara. That's his cousin. That's his cousin. Sorry. Anyway, so Che Guevara gets the pin. He gets pinned. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going wild tonight. It is what it is. It's Friday. Time to get wild. Alright, so we move on with that. Alright, so Skyflight get the win in a match I really could care less for. Moving on. My notes went too far. Do you like my singing voice? Anyway. Your mom and girlfriend do. Because I have the silver tongue and the golden voice. Alright, moving on. Match number 3, Mark Davis of the Don Callis family. You're gonna love this guy's name. Ladies and gentlemen, he takes on the Tuckman! It could be worse. Not as great as the legendary jobber name himself, Barry O. Or Terry Yaki. The Tuckman. What does he do? Tuck skirts in. I don't know. Anyway, Mark Davis wins. With Thunderstruck! You know, by AC/DC hits that in 5 minutes. Waste of a match. At least the Tuckman hits a pretty meh gilly cutter. Hey, if you want to use my move, you fucking indie marks, you gotta pay me. I take cash, check, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever. I don't care. But you gotta pay me to use those moves, so I'm sorry. Moving on. Alright, so Mark Davis gets the win in a boring as fuck match. We move on. Alright. Then it's time for the ladies. More ladies action. The Sisters of Sin. That's Julia Hart, my girl Julia Hart, and the lovely Sky Blue. They take on Frankie B and Aisha, or Aisha, or probably Aisha. Remember that song from the late 80s, early 90s? What was that? Another Bad Creation sang that song? Those little fucking kids that were discovered by Belle Biv DeVoe? Oh, you didn't know that, did you? Fucking music marks that you are. You think you know everything. Ha! Remember, I'm a college DJ. And I grew up around that time. So, we move on. Match. Another boring match. So anyway, the Sister of Sin got the win after a super kick puts Aisha down, and an assisted swinging side effect by Sky Blue and my girl Julia Hart. They get the win. Whoop-de-dam-doo. You can tell I didn't like this episode. You can tell. We move on. Alright, something better, actually. Some six-man tag team action. We got the Peacock, Dalton Castle, and my favorite tag team in AEW besides the Young Bucks, and that's the Outrunners, who still follow me on Twitter and Instagram. That's Turbo Floyd and the man himself, Truth Magnum. Let's do it. Oh, they love when they do that. Alright, there is six-man tag team action taking on Will Kiedis. Kiedis? Is he related to Anthony Kiedis? He may be. Sam and Jack Osborne. No relation to Ozzy. Spelled differently, too. Anyway. The Osborne brothers, Sam and Jack. Hey, give me a drink, Jack. Is that your water, Ozzy? What's up? Anyway, alright, this match was kind of boring, and, the Outrunners and Dalton Castle get the win after triple slams and the Mega Powers brother, the Elbow brother. 1, 2, 3 on Jack Osborne. Dalton and the Outrunners get the win, and hopefully they'll be getting a six-man tag team title match against Shane Taylor Promotions. They win it, and hold it for like 5 years. Because, you know, everybody in Ring of Honor has a belt. They hold it for like 17 years. Because they never defend it. Yeah, I should come out of retirement. Maybe I'll win a title. Tony Khan can give me a title. I'll just hold it forever and never defend it. Tony, call me. I'll hold the Extreme belt. I'll bring out my Extreme belt. It's just called the Ring of Honor Extreme belt. I'll just hold it forever because nobody can beat me, even on commentary. It's true. Alright, moving on. Alright, after that, we get my fourth amazingly hot Asian wife. I love her so much. Mina! Mina Shirakawa takes on Charlie Evans. No relation to Javon. No relation to anybody else named Evans. Not even, Linda Evans. Remember her? Anyway, decent match. Mina gets the win with the Glamorous Driver. Glamorous. Okay. She gets the win in 8.5 minutes. Bing, bang, boom. Done. And then, I think afterwards, we got a code of honor. Sportsmanship! Yay! You love to see it. And that's that. Alright, after that, we got the hometown boy, Robbie Eagles, from New Japan. Takes on the captain, Sean Dean of the Infantry. I think we're at ringside, I forget. Anyway. Oh, by the way, I forgot to do this. Ian Rico Boring, the pasta, my good buddy. I'm sorry I didn't do it before, but I'm doing it now. The pasta. Caprice Coleman. Hey, put in a good word for me. Kick out Riccaboni, dude. Me and you, magic. Telling you, just put a word into Tony Khan, Caprice. I'm ready. I'm ready. Get rid of Iggy Rico Boring. He's boring. Puts me to sleep. I'm sorry, dude. Met him a couple times. I met Ian Riccaboni. He just said hello. That's it. Didn't care. He did actually comment on one of my it was on one of his videos, or I don't know if it was on a Ring of Honor video. Tried to go back and forth with me, and he lost. Staying home in your dump of a house in Pittsburgh with your wife and kid. Do something else, dude. Your commentary's not that great. Alright, like JD. Oh. Both of them put me to sleep. Anyway, so this was a pretty decent match. This was the main event. And, getting in the end, a 619 to the leg. Ow! Puts the Captain Shawn Dean down. Again, a 450 on the leg. Oh, man, he was going after the leg. Sets up the Ron Miller special, which is a reverse figure 4. And who the fuck is Ron Miller? Anyway, that gets the win. And, hey, Robbie Eagles gets his first, I believe, his first win in Ring of Honor. So, an established man from Australia, mate, gets the win. Makes sense. There you go. That's that. Alright, so that's the end of the Australian Ring of Honor show. Wasn't that bad. 6.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. That's that. Alright, now, let's get to this week's episode, last night's episode, I should say, of Ring of Horror TV. If I can. I got such an amazingly headache. Oh. No wonder Ring of Honor gives me a headache. Among other things. Alright, so let's get to last night's show. As my notes load up. Okay. Alright. So last night's show emanated from the HEB Center at Cedar Park in Cedar Park, Texas. Get them Cowboys that night. We get that. I think I did mention, or I didn't mention it, but I will mention it again. Ring of Honor might have a new actual home, for their TV shows, and it's gonna be in, somewhere in Florida. I think it's Orlando. I read about it, I think it's in Orlando, Florida. What else is new? Orlando, huh? Jacksonville. But, yeah, Ring of Honor might actually have a home, and they don't have to go to rinky-dink, bingo halls anymore. They have their own, not bubble per se, but they'll have their own place, like the Performance Center. That's good. I think it's a good idea. So, Tony Khan, you're actually doing something for a change, you bastard. Anyway. Alright, once again, Ian Rick Boring at the Pasta. Caprice Coleman at ringside. Last night's show, it's like, some weeks are good, some weeks are bad. They really need a TV deal. I'm sorry to say, they need a TV deal badly. Because watching on Honor Club, if you have it, which some of you don't, I have it for free. So, I mean, it's just, sometimes it's just hard to get through, because it's basically, Ring of Honor is basically a indie show. It's indie guys, and, you know, some veterans here and there, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, alright, we started with Shane Taylor Promotions ready to win their matches tonight. Trish Adora promises to end the Ring of Honor Women's Pure title champion, and that's Deonna Purrazzo. So she's trying to stop her luck. We'll see. And that's that. Alright. We get the opening sequence. And we get match number 1. Say his name and he appears. It's not Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Anthony Henry. Yes. He takes on, well, Ring of Honor's favorite boy, Adam Priest. No relation to Poppy Priest. This was a decent match. They started with a slugfest, easily won by Anthony Henry because he's bigger, stronger, faster. Wins a slugfest, knocks Priest down. Priest comes, his comeback, well, actually, excuse me, Adam Priest's comeback is cut off in a hurry, and Anthony Henry drops the leg for a near fall. Brother. He slowly takes Priest into the corner for the chops of doom, but goes for a sit-down splash and missed. No one in the pool for you, sir. And then Adam Priest throws him down for a near fall. Anthony Henry takes him up top. Adam Priest hits a sunset flip bomb for a near fall. And then G.D. Drake one half of the, the Work Horsemen. No, I'll take that back. So Anthony Henry gets an fall off a Shining Wizard, tries to spine buster. Well, he got counted into a fruit roll-up. 1, 2, 3, Adam Priest gets the win in under 7.5 minutes. Interesting. So, we got all that. That's it. You got beat, dude. We move on. Alright, then we're going to look at Skyflight beating TMDK last week in 6-man tag team action. As Darius and Dante Martin pinned Che Cabrera. So we got that. Moving on. Alright, speaking of TMDK, they're back in action, taking on the Frat House. These guys. Rip Garrison. Cole Carter. I think it was just a tag team match. I think it was a tag team match. Whatever. So it was Bad Dude Tito and Shane Haste. Tag team action against Griff Garrison and Cole Carter. TMDK get the win after Bad Dude Tito takes out, because he's a bad dude, brother. Takes out Griff Garrison and Shane Haste. Fireman's carry, which is swung into a spine buster. Nice. I'm stealing that. They get the win in a little over 3.5 minutes. Did I say over 3.5 minutes? Yes, I did. And that's that. Alright, decent match, nothing great about it. We move on with that. Alright, then it's time for the ladies. For the women's TV title, we had the champion Red Velvet from your mama's kitchen. Well, some of your mom's kitchen, because, some of your moms don't look good. Anyway. Alright, so Red Velvet from your mama's kitchen takes on my girl, Zeta Steel. Part of Skyflight. Gets a title shot. Did she deserve it? Yes. Because she's been picking up some wins lately. But anyway. Well, a one-match winning streak she's on. But, she's won some matches in the past. Anyway. She challenges Red Velvet, who snaps off some arm drags to start into an arm bar. Arm drag. Arm bar. Move number 3. Arm swing. I got more. Jericho's 1001 plus moves of doom. Oh, boy. Alright, so that starts us off. And then she goes for some right hands and missed. Then they trade near falls off some small packages. Until Zeta's backstabber out of the ropes. Ow. Gets a near fall. Then running shots to face in the corner. Goes to Red Velvet. Grabs a power bomb for a near fall. Zeta comes back with a spin wheel kick to face for a near fall. And then Red Velvet hits the iconoclasm for another near fall. Zeta comes back with a TKO. Almost won the title. Almost. But Red Velvet kicked out at 2. And Zeta's like, ah, fuck! Couldn't believe she kicked out. But Red Velvet came right back with a spin kick to face. Knocked Zeta for a loop. Knocked her out. 1, 2, 3. Red Velvet retains the women's TV title in their second reign. 6-minute match. Decent. And that's that. And then afterwards, sportsmanship! Yay! Code of honor. You'll love to see it. We need more of that. And that's it. Garvin picked up the garbage. Thank the Lord. I hope they picked up my. I put up recycling, but I hope they picked it up. If not, I'm gonna be pissed. Yeah, they'll give you a fucking fine or a ticket for not shuffling your walkway and shit. I was out for 3 days. I was thinking of come back and get a fucking fine. Nope. You know why? Because I'm Peter. That's why. Because I'm Italian. They don't fuck with me. I got one time because a long time ago, I didn't even notice it. There was a dead squirrel in my yard. I didn't notice it at the time, and next thing I know, I got a $300 ticket for that. I'm like, come on. I didn't even see it. It wasn't even in my yard. I didn't see it. I mean, I took care of it, but still got a fine for that? Come on. I challenged it, won. So I don't have to pay 1 red cent to the Department of Succotation. Fuck you! DOS. Fuck the entire New York, fuck New York. I live here, but, pretty soon I won't be. I have to deal with some other jack-offs down in whatever I live. California, Arizona, Mexico. Well, not so much Mexico. Florida, Puerto Rico. Well, Puerto Rico would be nice. I just gotta deal with the internet. Luna, you fuckers! Issa knows about that. Mm-hmm. Luna and the power company, fuck you. That's all I gotta say about that. Get William Yuta out of Puerto Rico. Moving on. Alright, where was I? Alright, so a good match between Zeta and Red Velvet. Red Velvet retains the title, and that's it. And, Code of Honor after the match. Alright. Then we see TMDK, they're happy with their win over, who they beat? I just had it. The Pratt House. And, they're happy with their win, but then they get jumped by Shane Taylor Promotions. That might be setting up a 6-man tag team title match. We'll see. And we move on. Alright, after that, we get a 8-man tag team Boarfest. Anyway, we have the Grizzled Young Veterans, Drake and Gibson, teaming up with Big Cass and the Bad Apple Brian Keith. They take on CJ Tino, Richie Slade. This sounds like a band member's name. Richie Slade. Che Cabrera and Dom Kubrick. I guess Aussie guys. I don't know. Kind of a boring match. But let me move on with that. And in the end, the Grizzled Young Veterans come back in, clean house, and Big Cass's big boot finishes off CJ Tino in 4.5 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. That's pretty much it. Slade slips out of a slam, hands it off to the muscular Che Cabrera, or they called him Latino Meat. Yeah, I know, Eddie. Yeah. What did they think of next? I say, I don't know, Eddie. I don't know. Tony Khan thinks he's great with these jobber names. I'm glad I'm not alive today, man. If I was in AEW, I want to leave. Oh, yeah. I don't think you want to go to AEW. You'd probably just be back in WWE, be the World Heavyweight Champion again for like 5 times and hang out with your son, Eddie, Dom. Don't mess my son's name! Okay. Man, if Eddie Guerrero, that's a what if. What if Eddie Guerrero was still alive today? How many titles would he would have won? Would he would have been teaming up with Dom? My son! That's his son. Ray, fuck you. You deadbeat. Oh, him and Ray would just go at it like 50 more times. It'd be insane. And Eddie would win every single one of them. Because we all know Eddie won that match, that ladder match, and got custody of Dom. He didn't even need to win that match. We all know Eddie is Dominic's father. We all know his poppy. He banged Angie. Right, Eddie? Damn right! Yeah, fuck Vicky. I did, I had Shawn, remember? Oh, yeah, that's right. Shit. Shawn Guerrero. Trying to make a name for herself. I hope she does, but... I saw a picture of her in the Big Show, Eddie. It was insane how small she is compared to the Big Show. She may be small, but she has a big heart, Jesse. Okay. Among other things. What? No, never mind. You didn't hear that. Alright, so the Grizzly Young Veterans, a big cast, and Brian Keith get the win, and that's it. Alright, I gotta change to the USA Network because SmackDown's about to go on. Whoops. Is this my big fat Greek wedding? Is this part 1 or 2? Actually, it's not. Thought it was, but it's, Law and Order. I love it, Noah! Anyway, forget that. Alright, so, we move on. Alright, after that match, I didn't even know there was some money on the line here, but the Grizzly Young Veterans and Big Cass and Brian Keith split some money, but they're interrupted by Skyflight, who give them a stare down. I didn't even know there was money on the line in this match. Also, Isla Dawn, or Isla Dawn, came out with the Grizzly Young Veterans and Big Cass and Brian Keith. That's good, because she's from Australia. Moving on. Alright, so I didn't even know there was money involved in this match. I guess it was they're still doing the bounty shit. I don't know. Don't care. Alright, speaking of Skyflight, they take on Adrian Quest, Ricky G, and Danny Rose. I like the name Ricky G, but not the capital G. G-E-E. Like Ricky D. Ricky D is a DJ. Long-time DJ from a long time ago. Ricky D on Power 95.55 WPOJ. Oh, something's going on. What the fuck is this? Jacob's going in the ambulance with somebody. Cody's there. Nick Aldis is yelling and screaming. Who's that? Is that Roman? That can't be Roman. What the fuck just happened? Or was that Jay? I think that was Jay or Jimmy. Because he's wearing an OTC shirt. So I don't know who that was. Hey, Chick Witty! So, somebody in the chamber match, I think, got hit. So it had to be Jay. I think Jay got attacked and Jay went with him. So, because, the whole bloodline put you one. So Jay, most likely out of the chamber thanks to Brock Lesnar. I'm telling you right now, it was Brock. It had to be Brock. Or it could be Drew. Here comes Drew right now. So, that was great. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. I hit the power button by accident. Alright. Yes, you do, Drew. Why am I hitting the wrong button? I meant to hit mute. I'm hitting the power button. And I can't even get back to live TV. Fuck me. Yeah, well, I'll get back to live TV anyway. I'll just do that. Yeah. Oops, sorry about that. Go back to it. Go back to Drew talking. Drew's in the ring. Cody's like, ugh. But Buccio talks and he tells the truth. He's your mama's favorite wrestler. He's your mom's favorite wrestler. Alright, so let me get back to Ring of Honor before we finish this shit. And Nick Aldis is coming out with like 15 security guards. But they're not going to help. This one security guard's like... He's like looking around saying like he's actually going to do something. What we're going to do tonight, guys? Come on. Let's do it. We're going to take him out. This guy is weird. That's probably the weirdest security guard ever. Like, he's looking around like, shit, am I going to fuck up? And in comes Cody. Alright, Drew's leaving because Cody's coming out. Yelling and screaming like a little bitch. Security's trying to get him, and they kind of get Drew now. Cody's trying to kick him out, I guess. And Drew's like, you want to fight? Let's fight right now! Yeah, you're the champ, bitch. You're right. You're the champ, Drew. I ain't gonna fight. Fuck you. I'm the champ. I do what I want. Fuck you, Cody. Oh, shut up, Cody. Shut up, Cody. Your fucking reign was garbage. Drew's reign is better than yours. Fuck you. You conniving, blonde, guile, wannabe bitch. Fuck you. There's Randy. You ain't gonna win. Fuck you. He's gonna win, but I don't want him to win. This man should win. Randy! Alright, we got that. Anyway, let's go back to Ring of Honor because I went too far. Alright, Skyfly versus Adrian Quest, Ricky G, and Danny Rose. Skyfly get the win after Ricky G gets catapulted into the Giddy Kata. Bang by Dante. 1, 2, 3. 4.5 minutes of garbage. Alright. Then we're going to look back at Jay Lethal. Machismo. Ooh, yeah. Turning on Bandito and joining the Swirl. That's Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. So now he's in action against the British Bulldogs. The Dynamite Kid's son, Tommy Billington. They found a British Bulldogs Hall of Fame ring. Thank the Lord. Alright, so Jay Lethal versus Tommy Billington. Decent match. Jay Lethal gets the win after Lee Johnson comes out for distraction, which allows Lethal to hit Lethal Injection for the win in a little over 8 minutes. Alright, so Randy comes out, and now Trick Willie! Whoa, that Trick, what? In white, mind you. Let's talk about it. They're making him face. I think it's great to make him face, because the fans love him even as a heel. Let's talk about it. He's got those lemon pepper steppers on, baby. I feel you. Not like that.
That's why Bruno Mars shouted out your boy in his brand new album today. Makes me want to cha-cha all the way to the chamber. Let's talk about it.
Bruno Mars shouted out Trick Willie. That's fabulous. KFC Center. Lemon pepper steppers. Ah, Javon comes out. Damn it. He biffed him. Javon, you savage beast, you fucker. Bap right in the back of the head. Live looking, by the way. You're gonna beat Randy's record of 15 and be world champ? I don't know about that, Javon. Here comes Eli Drake wearing Trick Willie's fur coat. Oh boy. We tried to wear it, he threw it out like yesterday's garbage. Shit. Well, Eli's not gonna win. We all know who's gonna win. It's dumb boy Cody. But it looks like we got an 8-man tag team match. We got some weird 6-man tag team match coming out of this because I know they promoted it. Crazy shit. Anyway, I don't want to hear Eli talk. Alright, we got that. So, Jay Lethal gets the win over Tommy Billington. Good match, and that's it. Alright, then the big Jolly Green Giant, Satnam Singh, takes on Jordan Oasis. By the way, Hall of Fame, should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Oasis. They're on the ballot this year. Again. Satnam Singh beats this Jordan Oasis guy in under 3 minutes. Did I say under 3 minutes? Pretty much with the choke bomb. That's pretty much it. We move on. Deonna Purrazzo says her Pure Rules match against Trish Adora means it's the two of them, one-on-one. Well, it should be. We move on. Alright, Persephone takes on Johnny Robbie, who we saw last week taking on Zeta Steel. Under 6 minute match. And Persephone gets the win after Johnny Robbie's knee to face drops her again, but counts a fruit roll up into the laser's edge. Chico, something happened to this, something happened to you, Chico, and something is happening to Eli Drake and Trick Willie. They fighting in all the way to the back. Yes, pero. And now Javon, Randy, and Cody are in the ring. Somebody drop Cody with a cutter, please. Well, Javon got hit with a Kirikasa! Bang! Sorry, Javon. Odd man out. And now Randy and Cody are staring at each other. Give him a cutter, please. Drop Cody where he stands, Randy. Do it! Do it! Do it! He's thinking about it, and he leaves. Fuck. He'll do it in the chamber tomorrow, though. Hopefully Cody's the first one to get eliminated. But probably going to be Javon or, probably Eli Drake will be the first one eliminated. So I think when at the beginning of the show, they took Jay out. So, and then Jacob left with him. So, Jay might not be, entry number 6. It might be a guy named Brock Lesnar. So, we got that. Alright, moving on. Alright, so Persephone gets the win with Alice's H-Go. And we move on. Alright, the premier athlete Tony Nese takes on former Ring of Honor TV champion Commander Smart Mark Sterling at ringside. Before the match, Mark Sterling complains about luchadors like Commander, saying Tony Nese is going to clear them out. Okay. We got that. Kathy Kelly is, talking. And there's a, hi, Tiff! Tiffy time! Daddy! Oh, she looked great in red. Settle down. Alright, so, Tiffy's looking to win the chamber, which she has a good shot at. They're saying she's the odds-on favorite to win. I still think it's Mommy Rhea Ripley, but I would not mind if it's Tiffy. They might do a triple threat match. That was also rumored to happen. Oh! I'm sorry, guys. Asuka! And Kairi! Asuka's in the chamber. Kairi's not, sadly. Ready for Asuka. Yes. She looks great.
Are you ready to prove that Tiffy time is over? Tonight?
Ooh! Asuka versus Tiffy tonight? Sign me up! Kairi! I keep playing him. Kairi! He called her a jellyfish! Oh my god, this is a great SmackDown tonight. It's funny. It is hilarious. I love it. Are you jellyfish? Playing with her dress. Are you jellyfish? Do you jellyfish? Oh, Kairi! Oh, I love it. Love it. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Alright, Tony Nese takes on Commander. Commander wins with a very springboardy DDT. Plays Tony Nese, and he hits Cielito Lindo. Finishes him off in 8.5 minutes. And that's it. Moving on. Alright, then we're going to look at the man that still is the TV champion, even though he was hurt. Now he's back with his hot mom. That's Nick Wayne's mom has got it going on. Yeah. Alright, Nick freaking Wayne is back. We see him winning the TV title for Commander last April. But he's been out of action for a while. But he's back in action in a non-title Proving Ground match, which means the opponent, Lucas Riley, if he wins or goes the time limit, he gets a future title shot. And we haven't seen Nick Wayne since July. August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 7 months he's been out with a shoulder injury. Surprisingly, he did not lose the title. Big surprise, ain't it? Alright, so Nick Wayne is back. He gets the win in under 4 minutes with a dragon suplex, gets a near fall. He kicks Riley right in the head. Kicked his head right off. 1, 2, 3. Gets the win. That's it. We move on. Alright, Solo's taking on Uncle Howdy right now. Finally we get some action. Instead of talking. Alright, get that. Alright, then we go to the women's Pure title. Pure Rules. Deonna Purrazzo takes on Trish Adora. And Deonna was defending her belt for the first time since winning the belt at Final Battle December the 5th, 2025. So it's been 2 months since she defended her belt. And a pretty good match, actually. They fight over wrist control. Trish bails from the threat of the Fujiwara armbar. Then she pulls Deonna throat first into the ropes. Ow. Which apparently counts as a rope break. What? How is that? I don't understand how that constitutes a rope break. Because she pulled her throat first. She used the ropes to do a move, and you count that as a rope break? Alright. She goes with Lariat, Tubman, miss. Deonna's back with her own clothesline for a double down. Adora's bridging German suplex gets a near fall. Deonna's nasty powerbomb after that. Fujiwara armbar doesn't work. Deonna's arm gives out thanks to the neck damage. Then Trish hits the Lariat Tubman, but Deonna wisely rolled to the outside. Get back in. Deonna rolls her into the Fujiwara armbar, leans back. More torque on the bad arm of Trish Adora, and she taps out. Pretty decent match, 9-minute match. Still your women's Pure champion, the Virtuoso Deonna Purrazzo. And that's it. I think that was the main event. I could be wrong. My notes will load. Yeah, I think that was it. If I can. But anyway, we had a wild start to SmackDown, and that's that. All right, so my neck. All right, so we get that. All right, so we move on. Hopefully, I think that's it for Ring of Honor. But all in all, both shows last week and this week. Pretty mid. And I gave the first show 6.25 out of 5 stars, and the second show as well. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, I am out of here. I'm gonna go watch the rest of SmackDown. I'll do the SmackDown review tomorrow. Coming up later, your AEW Dynamite review. And then we'll talk about SmackDown. And yeah, we'll talk about SmackDown tomorrow, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so Deonna Purrazzo wins the match, and then afterwards, Diamante and Billy Starks, my girl Billy Starks, they beat down Deonna Purrazzo with Trish Adora joining in. Guess what? A tag team match is going to probably be made for next week's show. And then Athena, the forever champion of Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion forever, proud of her minions, wants to beat up Maya World, who attacked her at Global Wars a couple weeks ago. Therefore, Maya World has earned a title, a proving ground match against her. So if Maya World wins the match, she gets a title shot, because heaven forbid it's a title match. And you think Maya World's going to beat Athena? Ha! Not for the title, maybe she gets the title shot, but she ain't gonna. Nobody's gonna beat Athena. Nobody, right? I could see anybody on the roster. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. Deonna Purrazzo or Billy Starks will beat her probably by the time we hit Supercard. Or whatever is the first pay-per-view of the year. We haven't had one yet for Ring of Honor. And that's that. Alright, so that ends Ring of Honor. And like I said, both shows get 6.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. And all that good shit. Alright, I'm going to watch the rest of SmackDown. Got Uncle Howdy taking on Solo, me bookie. And should be a pretty decent match. You think it's gonna be one-on-one? Doubt it. I think the MFT is gonna come out, and the rest of the YS6 is gonna come out. It's gonna be chaos. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time. I got a headache. I'm gonna go take some medicine, and I'm gonna go lay down. So, until next time, my friends. Peace.